Welcome back. Well, just up the road in Orlando is one of the biggest Halloween events in the country, and it is not for the faint of heart. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights is known to cause quite a scare, and I didn't want to go, but luckily, our ABC7 digital producer, Chloe Conboy, took a road trip to check it out. And fortunately, you lived to tell about it.
Yes, I did. I mean, I was very scared the whole time. I kind of had to look down at all the haunted houses, but it was absolutely amazing. I mean, the decorations, the costume of the actors, the houses, the scare zones, I mean, everything. It was just so scary, and it was so much fun.
So it really is scary. Like, this is not something you should go to if you don't want to be frightened.
Yes, and I believe they have something on their website kind of warning children under the ages of 13 not to go to the event just because it is so scary, and the actors do get very close to you. So, I mean, it is pretty terrifying.
So we should mind those warnings if we're thinking about whether or not our family members or kids or adults are good for it.
Yes, yeah, definitely not little children, but definitely 13 and up.
I know a lot of people go, especially people here on the Suncoast, they'll take the trip every year because they change up the design and the scares. What is new this year?
So this year was probably my favorite. I love the Netflix show Stranger Things. So they had a whole haunted house dedicated to Stranger Things, which I loved, and just the details inside the house was amazing. I mean, I actually felt like I was walking through the show. You see Will Byers' mom trying to get her son that went missing inside of the wall. I mean, the lights and the actors, they looked so realistic to the people in the show. So it was just so cool being able to be really in the show with the characters. It was so real.
They do such a great job, I know, of adding in whatever is current on pop culture. So, Linda, you need to binge watch Stranger Things before you consider going.
I just heard that. I'm going home and watch Stranger Things.
Yes, it is kind of spooky and scary, exactly like Halloween Horror Nights. So I think they picked a great show to kind of feature the whole Halloween Horror Nights this year.
So you're walking through it from room to room. And things jump out?
Exactly, yeah, all the Demogorgons that are in the show, which is kind of the spooky creature from this alternate universe, comes through.
You look very happy.
I kind of had my hands over my face the whole time, and I went with my dad, so he was making fun of me, but I definitely looked down the whole time. I am not a fan of being scared or surprises, so.
So there's different houses, right? This was the one theme of Stranger Things, and then there's other themes at other houses?
Yes, correct. So what they did is they based it off old horror movies, so like Halloween, Trick or Treat, Poltergeist, and they did a recent one, Happy Death Day. So they were really neat based off all the movies.
So there's something for everyone, even if you haven't seen one in particular, you'll still be able to be scared and enjoy it.
Correct. Yep. They definitely have stuff for people of all ages.
If you're thinking about going, or if you're thinking about taking the family, what are some maybe tips before we go?
Number one is it was incredibly hot, especially in September. So definitely dress comfortable, stay hydrated, and wear comfortable shoes. Because I probably walked 6 or 7 miles that day, and I was just drenched because it was so hot. So
are the houses air conditioned?
Yes, and that's what my favorite thing is, because when you go into the haunted houses, you get this blast of cold air, and it almost makes it kind of scarier that you're kind of freezing cold during it. So
now, you took your dad?
Yes, I did.
Was he scared?
No, he kind of just made fun of me the whole time. So.
Are you waiting in a lot of lines? I mean, should you prep for that?
Yes, definitely pack a lot of patience. I mean, there are so many people, I think, from the Suncoast and all over Florida that come to Orlando for this specific event. I mean, people are absolutely obsessed with Halloween Horror Nights when you go there. I mean, they will wait in the 120-minute lines to go through the Stranger Things house. 95 minutes for some for the Halloween
So you just
house.
got to know going into it.
Yes.
Blocking off time, how much time should you expect? Is it a full night, a full day?
I mean, I arrived at 5:30 and I was able to kind of go in before the regular entrance, so I left the park at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And I was able to do all 10 houses and all 5 scare zones, but I didn't even have time to do rides.
Okay, so it will be a good chunk
You
of
will
time
be jam-packed.
if you want to do everything. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did it and I didn't have to go, 'cause I don't fare so well getting scared. All right, Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. It's already open for the season. It runs on select nights through November 3rd. For tickets and times, go to their website. It's orlando.halloweenhorrornights.com.